Oh, that feeling in the pit of your stomach, that butterfly feeling. That's what I love.
Can I get a copy of that song? I don't know that one. That was a good one.
Yeah, that's a good one because it's roller coasters and trucks. See,
All
it's
right.
the perfect song for this show. Pete Trabucco is here with us, who is author of America's Top Roller Coasters and Amusement Parks. And someone on Facebook insisted I ask you about the amusement park called Holiday World in Santa Claus, Indiana.
Oh, absolutely. You've got some really good. They don't have steel coasters that much. I believe they've got the wood coasters, but they've got some really great wood coasters there. 3, in fact, that I know of that I've ridden myself. One even better than the other. And if you want to ride a really good wood roller coaster, a new one that's pretty, not tame, but at the same time, it's not going to jerk you around like the Cyclone. You're going to get a nice ride out of it. That is an amazing place to go to. I know the PR director there, and I go there whenever I can. An amazing amusement park. It's an older style amusement park. It's a standalone, but it's a great place. A fabulous place to take the family.
And this is, again, Holiday World in Santa Claus, Indiana.
Santa Claus, Indiana. In fact, Christmas time, that's a good place to be for Christmas time. I'll tell you that right
really?
now. Yes.
What is the cutting edge of technology nowadays for roller coasters? I know they have the ones where you kind of fly like Superman and
Sure.
You're hanging essentially. But has there been any innovation since then?
It's all high technology now. Right now, they've got coasters that there's one in Abu Dhabi, which is not around here, called Formula Russa, that goes from 0 to 150 miles an hour. You believe it or not, the propulsion systems that we're using now, or they're using in this industry, are being looked at by NASA and looked at by the military for their aircraft carriers for a different way to propel these jets off these aircraft carriers. So they're real high tech, and they've got stuff, simulation
Wait a
rides.
minute. Our military is going to go to an amusement park to figure out how to launch planes from aircraft carriers.
They have, and they've done it, and they still do
moly.
it. They actually go into this. Remember, this industry is a really high-tech industry. It isn't the old days of, clankety-clank up a wood roller coaster and let gravity do all the work. I mean, you've got limbs, which are linear induction motors, magnets that will speed up the coaster or slow it down. It's really, really high-tech, and you got to check it out. These places, they normally have tours where you can go underneath the coasters themselves and see what makes them tick. It's like being at NASA, like a control room or something. It's really amazing.
888-876-2336, 8888 Road Dog is the number here. Big Sexy is on the line, has a question for Pete. Hey, Big Sexy.
Hey, how y'all doing today?
Can't
how you
complain.
doing, Pete? I'm from Springboro, Ohio, which is about 20 miles north of Kings Island.
Oh, yeah.
And I've been to Cedar Point many times. Now, Kings Island, I always get a seasonal pass to.
Sure.
What's funny is it's not in Cincinnati; it's in Mason, Ohio. You can see Dale Summers' house from there.
Man, yeah.
I remember back in the day that Kings Island used to be the concept coaster capital of the world. We had the first stand-up.
Yeah.
We had the first inverted. And, Pete, I wanted to know, did you ever get a chance to ride the only looping wooden coaster called Son of Beast?
No, unfortunately, I did not. They closed it the first year I was there. There was a lot of accidents and incidents that occurred. Unfortunately, they closed that. Hey, listen, while you're in Cincinnati, the best ballpark I've ever visited is the Great American Ballpark right there. It's an amazing facility, by the way.
Yeah, I only go there when the Cubs are in town. But I was there when I was a kid. I was there when they was filming that episode from the Brady Bunch, the Cincinnati Kid.
That's right.
I was there when Evel Knievel jumped the buses, and then 3 years ago I was there when Robbie did it.
Okay.
I love Kings Island. I mean, there's no place like it in the world, and it's a shame the Son of Beast is still standing. It's just been closed.
Yeah,
now,
they just don't know what to do with it right now because there's been a lot of litigation, and until that gets cleared up, that ride, unfortunately, is going to have to sit there.
Yeah, that ride, it made sure you knew that you were upside down because the loop was really big. I've never seen a loop that big before.
Oh, it was a big one, yeah. It was impressive. It was up there with the Beast.
Oh, yeah, and, but still, even though they got the new one, Diamondback.
I love that ride. Absolutely fantastic ride.
Nothing can still top the Beast.
Thanks, Big Sexy.
4.5 minutes long, and I still have the record on that. I went early one morning during the weekday, and me and my friend rode it 8 times in a row.
Wow.
Had to get out.
God. You're out of your mind. Thanks, Big Sexy.
You're welcome.
Appreciate the call. Before we run out of road, I want to try to get Karen in here, who had a couple of roller coaster suggestions. I'm sure you've been on them. Let's hear what you have to say. Hey, Karen.
Hey, Karen.
Hey, I live in Cincinnati. Actually, I'm driving up I-71. I'm on my way up to Buffalo and then Rochester. Speaking of Rochester, I grew up there going to Seabreeze, called Dreamland Park, or Seabreeze, and they have the Jackrabbit, which is a wonderful wooden roller coaster. And that was a thing in the 60s, and it's still around. It's great. The Diamondback at Kings Island. Actually, what Kings Island does on the Diamondback, there's groups that have fundraisers there, and they raise a lot of money for different groups, for kids with special needs. I have a special needs child, and they do things for Cincinnati Children's Hospital. Another place that has great roller coasters, and this is a fun place for all ages, Hershey Park, Pennsylvania.
Absolutely.
I've been there many, many times.
Hershey Park is on my list of 12 for 12. It's there because, not just because they have great chocolate and they've got a lot of stuff for the kids. They've got some amazing roller coasters there, too. And it is definitely a destination place to take your family. And Christmas time, they've got the lights outside, Christmas drive-through lights. It's a pretty good deal. And Hershey Park is a place that you should go. If you can't go now, go during Christmas time. It's amazing.
Thanks for that, Karen.
You're welcome.
Appreciate it. We put up a link to Pete's book on our Facebook page, America's Top Roller Coasters and Amusement Parks. And it's great to have you here, Pete. Will you come back sometime? We'll talk about aviation.
I will. This one thing I did want to add, all the book sales that I do goes to charity. Basically, it was a labor of love to create the book. So we give it back to places like Friends of Jacqueline Foundation and Leukemia and Lymphoma Society, as well as several other places. So we try to give back, and that's one of the reasons why I do a lot of these interviews. I want to make sure that they know that the profits go to that, and these are great organizations.
Wow. It's very nice of you, Pete. Before I let you go, we always ask folks if they have any connection to the trucking world. Anybody in your family work in the trucking industry at all?
Well, you know, it's funny. I have a few people that actually drive 18-wheelers. I have always had this secret urge. If anybody's out there, let me know. I mean, I've flown airplanes. I've done a bunch of different things, but I've always wanted to learn to drive an 18-wheeler, okay? And, you know, the stick shift and all. Oh, it'd probably be too difficult for me, but I would love to try it.
So you could go up there and do barrel rolls and rolls and so on in your little tiny plane, but you don't want to get behind the wheel of a big rig for fear you'll damage something.
I would love to do it, but I don't think I've got the coordination of it. Yeah, I can do the loop-de-loops in an airplane, but truck drivers, they're
how many hours do you have in the air? Do you keep track of those things?
About 700 hours.
700 hours. You're certified pilot, and there you have it, admitting that truck driving might be more difficult. So
absolutely.
Thanks, Pete. I appreciate it. You can find Pete online at americasrollercoasters.tateauthor.com. americasrollercoasters.tateauthor.com. And we have a link on our Facebook page as well